Hi, I'm Paul with Better Living with AirNmore. We sell and repair all types of small infrared heaters along with other items. The EdenPURE heater brand is one that we specialize in. The most common question we get is, how do I get into my heater to replace a heating element? So in this video, we'll show you exactly what you need to know to do that. Today, we're going to show you how to change the heating elements inside your EdenPURE 1000 XL heater. So let's start by first showing you the tools that will be required for the job. First, a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. We prefer a magnetic one. Yours doesn't have to be. A Sharpie marker and a cloth. There are a number of other tools we just always like to have around. They are a regular slotted screwdriver, a pair of needle nose pliers, and perhaps a regular pair of pliers. In this video, we are going to be using a cordless screwdriver with a number 2 bit on the end. So let's begin first by making sure that the heater is unplugged from all electrical sources. First and foremost, remove your filter cover. Remove your filter. Put it off to the side. The Gen 3 1000 and the 1000 XL heaters, for the most part, they're the same procedure on getting into the heater to change the heating elements. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do just that. One is the preferred way, and the other way is not so much the preferred way, but I'm going to show you that regardless, because there are situations you are going to need 2 ways to get into the heater. The first is the preferred way. Put the heater over on its top, and you'll see there are 3 Phillips head screws in the front of the heater, 2 Phillips head screws in the rear of the heater, forward of the rear wheels. You're going to start by removing the front 3 screws, and then removing the last 2 screws in the front of the rear wheel. You're then going to take the heater, place it back on its wheels, and gently give the heater a push, upright. Slide the cabinet off the front of the heater. You can put the cabinet off to the side. And now you're inside the heater. Okay, we mentioned there were 2 ways to get inside the heater. We showed you the first way, which was the preferred way. We're going to show you another way that's not so much the preferred way, it's an alternative way. And the reason why I'm going to show you that, first I'm going to show you that on the 1000 XL, only because, as we said earlier in the video, there is, inside the heaters, there is a little bit of a difference between the Gen 3 1000 and the 1000 XL. So we're going to show you the difference in this portion of the video. The alternative way, and the reason why you would even use this method of getting into the heater, is because doing it the preferred way is exactly that, the preferred way. However, there are some cases you're going to find heaters have been out there a long time. Maybe a heater fell, maybe someone sat on it, you have books on it, things happen, and the bottom of the chassis of the heater can get bent. It happens, we see it all the time. If that happens, it's going to be a bear to get that heater out of that encasement. That's when you want to use the alternative method of getting into the heater. First and foremost, remove your filter cover. Remove your filter. Put it off to the side. You want to flip the heater over on its top, and at this point you want to remove the side covers. There's 6 screws on each side, 3 on the bottom, 3 going down the back. Remove the covers. Now you have 3 more screws on the bottom of the heater that are going in a horizontal position. There's 6 total, 3 on each side. So you have 6 here going in horizontal. Now you come to the outside and you have 2 more Phillips screws on both sides. 1 here in the front, 1 here in the rear. Same thing on the other side of the heater. Now this is the only nice thing about doing this in this way. Just want to take your hand, steady the front of the heater, take your other hand, your right hand, left hand, however you do this, hold the front, take your right hand, left hand, pick the heater up, slide the encasement off, put it out of the way. And the only nice thing about doing it this way is the wheels stay on the heater. And there it is, out of the encasement. Okay, so on the 1000 XL, as I said, inside the heater looks a little different. It's basically the same configuration as the Gen 3 1000. Let me just show you how to remove the elements in 1000 XL. In the 1000 XL, you don't have that nice big connector block here as you do in the Gen 3 1000. And this heater has already been rebuilt inside. The elements you're going to remove are going to have an eye connector such as this that's going to be underneath the 2 screws here when the elements get wired to. The replacement elements are going to have a fork connector such as that. You'll see the bottom element came out of this bottom screw right here. Make a mark, do whatever you need to do so you can remember, or just refer to the video and you'll see where they are in the video here. And we're also going to include a picture with each set that we sell from AirNmore. Flip the heater around, and again on this side of the heater, look at the way it's wired, take a picture, mark however you need to mark to see where the wires do get connected on this block right here. And again, we're going to send you a picture with each set that we do send out from AirNmore. Your elements are going to probably be broken if you're changing them, so they're not going to come out whole like these, because again, like I said, this heater has already been redone. There are your elements. To reinstall, very carefully, straighten the wires, line it up with the hole inside the heater that one end of the wire is going to slip through. Line the porcelain up with the hole, cut into the heater right there. And very carefully, put the heater back down on its side. You'll see the porcelains are in the cylinder correctly. Take your support bracket. And you'll see everything should sit nice and flush. If you find when you're putting the heater back together, it's sitting such as like that, it's not sitting actually flush, it's because the porcelain tip on the other end of the heater is probably not in the support hole in the heater. The bracket should sit nice and flush, such as that. Now you want to make sure you put your wires back in the correct configuration. It's very easy with the 1000 XL. I kind of like this heater better than the Gen 3 1000 for changing these. It's very simple. You have 2 screws here where your elements are going to get wired to. It's very simple. You have your long bulb in the front. you have your other 3 chambers in the heater. The bottom elements, in this chamber here, this chamber right here, and the long element, very simple. They're going to go to the bottom screw where the blue heat sensor wire is going. It's the screw that's closest to the bottom of the heater, as if the heater was sitting on the floor. It's very simple. And then the remaining elements in the top of the heat chambers, including this little guy, this one single up on the top cylinder, is going to go to the second screw, where there's also a little white wire going to that screw as well. While you're in here, it's also just a good idea, good practice. What we do is we just go through all the screws just to make sure everything is nice and snug. Not that we've touched them or we've taken them out, but just to make sure everything is in good shape. On this side again, top element, bottom element, basically they just need to go together. Top, naturally loop it up into the top, onto the screw, bottom, loop it down through the bottom just like this, and again, under the screw. And again, these elements have already been replaced in this heater. I just like to emphasize the ones you're going to take out are going to have an eye on the end, such as that. As we showed you before, the heat sensor in this heater is located in a different spot. It's located in the back of the heater. It's right back here. It's a little different, a little tougher to get to, but same heat sensor that's in the Gen 3 is in this heater as well. Fan is the same. You want to do the same thing as far as spinning it, making sure it spins nice and free, and you just want to make sure that everything looks in good shape. Good visual on the heater. Again, emphasize, take a picture so you know where things are, and it's very simple. As far as putting the heater back together, simply take your cabinet, slide it over the heater, now you have to hold the cabinet on the heater because you have to remember the cabinet is loose. Flip the heater over and start putting your screws back in. We choose to start with the belly screws first. To your side screws. One thing I do want to mention that there are there are two different looking black screws. The ones that are flat on the screw itself, they're for your side panels. They are not for putting the heater back together. They're strictly for your side panels, and there's a reason why, and I'll show you that when we get to putting those panels back on. Slide your panel on. The reason why the black ones are different for these, the flatness is because they're recessed into the black panel, so there aren't any screw heads sticking out, so that it's a nice smooth flush finish. That's the difference. Don't over tighten because you can crack the panel. Flip the heater back over. Take your filter and your holder. And that's it. Heater, your 1000 XL is ready to go. I'm Paul from Better Living with AirNmore. And if you have any questions, you can email me at paul@AirNmore.com. Thanks for watching, and look for more videos to come from AirNmore.com, and you can always check the website for new products and specials. We'll see you next time.